You have to do the thing. Yeah, we're doing moment of silence here. We'll go on.
Hey, I had to quickly mute everyone because I was like, whoops, I forgot the sound on that intro.
There's sniffling and stuff, man.
My bad, boy. My bad.
Yeah. We're coming
It's been a
back.
while,
Yeah.
2 weeks off.
Yeah. We're coming back. We're coming back.
Mess
We've just hit 500 subs, and this is the professionalism we're dealing with.
No
Sorry,
comment.
lads.
No comment.
Yo, hello and welcome to the End2End Football Podcast. You're here with myself, Abs End2End, and obviously my two co-stars, Kuda, SAS. Go through quickly. Hope you guys have had a good international break. The football's back. We're happy the football's back because we don't want to see international football as rubbish. Kuda, what are you saying?
Hey. Sometimes you get given in one hand and it gets taken in the other, innit? So it is what it is. Then we out here, innit? You win some, you lose some.
It happens like that. SAS, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm here.
That's great. Thank you very much for the motivational answer.
I'm
really
here.
inspiring for today.
Man said it like he's in school, you know. Man's answering the register, you know. Man's just there,
hey.
present.
If you watched what I watched yesterday, you're lucky there weren't more to that.
Well,
Tell us more,
speaking
boy.
of which, we have to start with your boys. We have to. What are you saying, boy? What are you saying on this on the result this weekend? How do you feel, bros?
How do you normally feel?
Right.
That's how I feel right now.
Whoa.
That's how I
Whoa.
feel.
How's this L become your L as well?
No. Hold on, Kuda.
I'm not used to
2 weeks off here. I'm asking about your feelings, and within 10 seconds, you're mentioning United.
No.
Pointing at United.
I said you. How you feel
I'm a
as a
United
person.
fan, clearly.
As you feel as a person, you yourself, abs, 10, whatever you want to call yourself these days. I'm asking you how you usually feel. That's how I feel. Yeah?
I don't.
And you know
anything.
what? I do not want to see no international football ever again. Yeah, because international just classed out our thing, bro. Allison got whacked. I was like, oh man, you know, it's mad. You know, if Allison was in goal, that goal that went under Kelly, the second goal, doesn't happen. But the defense, it come like your heads were left on international duty.
Yeah,
Konate thought he was prime Messi back there. He nearly got capital punishment for his mistake. He tried to do some Rabona like big man. This is not the time to be doing that, bruv. At 0-0. So we got 1-0 ahead, and you think, all right, cool. They've scored.
Oh, brilliant goal from McAllister, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. Good feed
Brilliant
as well.
run. Yeah, brilliant run. Took on a couple of players, brushed them off to the side, and he let rip. And I thought, yep, this is it. We might hit them. We might hit them here, maybe 2 or 3 here. No. Konate, Van Dijk, and Robertson had different plans for me.
Robinson.
I swear for one of them, he must have made like 3 mistakes in a row.
In one goal, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
You are 100% spot on. He tried to play.
Mistakes.
Yeah, 3 mistakes. Yeah, he tried to play across the field ball, and when you watch the replay, there's 2 players ahead up the line in front of him, standing there watching him. Robertson's like, nah, that's too basic. I'm going on the other side.
That's a perfect answer. Man said too mainstream. Let's go back.
This is going back to be the most sexiest crossfield ball ever. Watch this. And yes, what happened? The ball didn't even make it halfway across the pitch. Stayed straight to Iwobi's feet. And oh yes, what does Iwobi do? He punishes us. Not only does he punish us, I just jumped the gun there. But the ball's come in the air because he tried to take a shot. It's ricocheted. Who's taking the crap header to try and get it away? Robertson. With all this going on now, the ball's going everywhere. It ends up back at Iwobi's feet. What does Iwobi do? Hit it? And who does it ricochet off? Yes. My guy Robertson. Love.
Full on hat trick of mistakes then.
A hat trick of mistakes. Now, Van Dijk. I don't usually have to say anything about you because you just coach through the game. You do what you got to do. Big man. Stinker today. Stinker.
Yeah, him on that second goal is crazy.
Bruv, before that, he got spun out of this world. And my man was gone. Luckily, he couldn't finish it. The second one, big man. He pushed him off the ball like he was nothing. Like he was just a little man. I was like, oh my. You know when that happened, I said, yeah, this is not it, but we're not winning this game. It's a long day, bro. This defense don't make mistakes like this, you understand? And to get all three of them making mad mistakes, it was a long, long day. Imagine out of that back four, the best one there was Curtis Jones.
Right, he's well out of position, man.
And you know what I'm saying? Not even his position.
Yeah, I've never heard of him playing right back.
Brampy, the first time was the other day against Everton.
Yeah. That's mad. This game reminded me of when you won the league, and just as soon as you won it, was it Arsenal you played or something? And then Elo was just drunk. Like Elo just said, "Yeah, he's minor." And you go cook that game, yeah, because you didn't even bother. Because by the way, that's how you're playing. You're playing like the thing's done, or he's done, but your players playing like he's done. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, but you know
they must have seen the Arsenal result because did Arsenal play before you?
Yes.
Yeah, they did. Didn't they? Yeah.
That's why I don't want Arsenal. That's why I don't want Arsenal to play before us again. Arsenal went and dropped points, so it's like, yeah, brother, wrap up this thing quickly, bro. Wrap it up quickly. If you want to lose the rest of the games after that, I don't care. Just get this Premiership over the line, done dusted. Get the guard of honor at Arsenal, and let us go through, innit?
This guy's rude. He must say get the gun from the gunners, you know. Yeah. That's why I rob their badge as well. Yeah, it must.
No, you know what? You know why? Because I see something saying, "Oh, this is the worst team to ever win the Premiership." But big man, how do you feel that you've been trusting the process for 5-6 years, and our man's coming with the worst Premiership side and won it, and possibly gonna win it because it's not won yet. I can't say won it because
hold on, Arsenal fans didn't do that. They couldn't have.
My brother, I've seen it. I've seen it online.
They couldn't.
I see fans saying this is the worst Premiership side to win the Premiership.
Person saying this is the worst,
and they're saying this,
and you're behind them.
And Leicester was right there. Didn't Leicester pick them as well?
But then you're saying this, and you're behind them. After, and you speak to them, you know, at the beginning of the season, they're all saying we're challenging. Or we might even win it. Yeah, we're challenging City. We might win it. That's what was being said to. Oh yeah, this Liverpool team is the worst to win it, and you're sitting 11 points behind them, man.
Yeah,
right. You can't say worst team and you're 11 points behind. Sometimes you know what I mean. You just have to.
Do you know the thing is, right? Arsenal fans, it's like they haven't tasted enough defeat to be humble yet.
They're gonna get it tomorrow.
You haven't won it in 20 odd years.
I won't be sure about that one, but I won't be sure about that one.
No, but it's like you haven't won it in 20 odd years.
Yeah.
You've never got a European Championship. Pick one, any of them. Europa, Champions League, Intertoto Cup, blah, blah, none of them.
How did you get into the Intertoto Cup?
No, I didn't.
How did you get into the Intertoto Cup?
Man, will be bothered. I'll kick you off this pod, you know. Man said Intertoto, you nasty guy.
I had to throw in a little extra sweetener in my comments, didn't it?
Intertoto.
Even right. Look, I know they're never going to be in this competition, but even Europa Conference, even West Ham have won that.
All right, let's be fair to them, Dave. That's a new thing, isn't it? They ain't finished that low to be in there.
Listen, anything that's up for grabs, they need to try and grab it, innit? That's all I'm saying. That's basically what I'm trying to point at. Yeah.
Boy.
And yet, they can turn around and be 11 points behind someone and say, oh, they're the worst teams of one Prem. Eh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What do you know about winning Premier Leagues to be talking with this much experience, bro?
You can't talk with that kind of chest or that kind of spice.
That's why I said I can't. That's why I'm saying they couldn't have said it. I refuse to believe Arsenal fans are that stupid. I mean, I know I saw that thing from Thai this week saying Ancelotti hasn't won in Japan, so he's not as good as Arsenal. Oh. Listen. Yeah, but when it's Thai, I accept it from Thai.
Yeah, you just know that. That's not a normal person, you know what I mean? That's not.
Other Arsenal fans saying, nah, listen.
No, you can't sit 11 points behind the team and say they're the worst. It's diabolical. When you've been in phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know what I mean? The phases are just crazy now.
And the thing is, they're not winning.
The phases.
Well, okay. Touch wood, right? That's very likely they're finishing trophyless this season. Correct me if I'm wrong. They finished trophyless last season too.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They finished trophyless
Community Shield, no?
That too.
The Community Shield. Come on, brother. It's a big thing there. Come on.
Community Shield, man.
No way.
You see, this is the problem. This is the problem with you guys here, because in other leagues it's called the Super Cup. So yeah, so good in it. Maybe they should just call it the Super Cup for you to take it seriously. You know what I mean? They won the English Super Cup. Like that.
Huh? Well, it's not called that. It's called Charity Shield, isn't it? So it's called the Charity Plate. Sorry. It's not even the shield. It's a plate. Yeah, the plates that them big trays that you bring when you have guests in your house, an African home, and they got all the drinks and stuff on it. That's what they're winning.
You man brought in a manager because of plates that were won, bro. So like that. Respect the plates, innit? Respect the plates. Anyway, let's move. Did any of you watch the Arsenal game? Because I didn't. Oh no, the one thing I did see though, did Everton have a penalty? Everton, yeah. They had a penalty.
Yeah.
I saw the clip of the penalty. Is Raya thinking he's playing FIFA or something? Bro, he was near touching the post before the man had kicked the ball. Man was doing goalkeeper movement,
What I will say though, I will say it should never have been a penalty. But this is where VAR, the refs, and all the rest of them idiots, this is where they become an issue to me. And obviously, I'm going to link this to our game later on. I'll bring this back up again. Because if you've given that on a Saturday, you have to then give anything else that's like that for that weekend. At the very least, be consistent for that week of play. Not, wow, that's a bad decision. We can't give it again. And then now start being harsher on all the other possible penalties that happen afterwards. But I just don't get them. I don't get the referee. Do I feel bad for Arsenal? No, because if Arsenal, I'll be honest, because if Arsenal had just taken some of the other chances they made, they didn't make a lot of chances. But if they've taken some of the other chances they made, you wouldn't be having this conversation. It would have been 2-1.
Yeah.
Or 3-1. Right? And I don't have a bottle today. Well, I got a water bottle. It's black. I don't know if it's going to come on. Right?
Mm.
But yes, they didn't know that Liverpool were going to lose the next day. But your job is to keep this the set pace. If there's any glimmer of hope to your title, you have to set pace. And every time they have to set pace, this is what happens. Even to the point now where Sean's like, I don't want to play over Arsenal because Arsenal will lose or draw, and then we'll just take our time in the next game. Like they're looking at you going, right, you man lost. Cool. Cool.
Because you know if they won, Liverpool would have won. Like, they might would have won, bro. You know it. Yeah. Now, the penalty, I didn't see the penalty, so boy, I won't comment on that, boy, because last time I blindly agreed with you on a pen that I hadn't seen, and I watched it myself. I was like, hold on. Hold on. What was my man talking about?
Let me play this because I have to wonder.
Is it a colour thing? Is it a colour thing? Is there a colour thing about that? Is there underbelly colour thing that keeps you going?
I'm sorry, I have to throw that in there. Because Skelly might be getting a reputation for no reason. He might be, because honestly, I saw it and I didn't watch the game. Saw the highlights afterwards. You know when you see on the app and you're like, nah, that can't be what they gave. What did VAR say? But they don't give you enough information. I said, cool, I'll watch it afterwards. I watched it afterwards. I just couldn't understand what was going on. But unfortunately, because he's overconfident, it's like the whole of football world wants to try and put him into a shell and force him in there.
Yeah, but this is the thing, innit? You know, like when you're melanated, you can't have personality. You understand? You got to be like Kante. Just smile and look like you're happy to be here.
That's it. That's what I'm doing. Then you see that 20.
Huh?
You see the penalty, how it was given.
I can't. The ref made a decision. I can't really go against what he said, isn't it?
This is nasty. That's nasty.
Wow.
You're not even just gonna be like objective.
VAR said it's a penalty. It's a penalty, isn't it?
No. Get lost.
Nah, it was all criticized. I think it was a bit harsh, but it's done now, isn't it? It's done. What more can you do? We had it in the game earlier.
Talk about consistency. That's what you do.
There's no consistency. Look, if you go back last week where we played Everton, where Tarkowski, whatever his name is, he broke McAllister's leg. There's no consistency.
Wait, that was a 90s tackle. Those are red now. That was
100%.
Yeah, that was diabolical. You know what? Yeah, speaking of refs here, let's quickly move to Crystal Palace against Brighton, because I got a problem with one of the Reds, the Nketiah one, because bro, the man's running at full speed, gets clipped, then he tries to stay on his feet, but he's already stumbling down. Yellow card, diving, The problem is, if it's a yellow card, he won't get VAR, didn't it? Because he's not already. He's red, then they'll get VAR.
Yeah.
So you got a yellow card, which you shouldn't have. Now, obviously, accountability. You're on a yellow card, so behave yourself. Because the second one, he ain't gonna have to complain about. That was a stonewall yellow card. But when you look at it, you think the first one was some nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Done him for diving. Do you know what I mean? And that's when it becomes a bit iffy now with the yellows and no VAR, because it's like you can give man a big yellow card and it's not gonna get reviewed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And now you're already on that yellow now.
Is that another game?
Is it a colour thing? Is it a colour thing? Is there a colour thing about that? Is there underbelly colour thing that keeps you going?
Is that what we're saying?
And you know the maddest thing is? When you look at it, speaking of the underbelly, he tried to cover it up, innit? The ref. Because it was 2 IC3s that got sent off in a row. Then he tried to IC one at the end, try to do a little cover up, you know what I mean? No. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. You know what I mean?
But you know when you see the referees on the antics like that, you know you can't do nothing stupid, because if he's pulling antics like that, you know it's a long day.
And he was silly as well.
Book you.
If you look at the time, he's come off the bench to get a yellow card for diving, which to me was unfair, right? But now you're on a yellow card, behave yourself, innit? You know, whether you got it, deservedly or not, behave yourself.
You've got it.
He does the silliest challenge when he's the furthest man up the field. It's like, you don't need to win this ball. You winning this ball,
it's not life and death.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Ball,
yeah, it's not changing anything. Now we're down to 10 men under the cosh. Then Mark Gahey, just stonewall yellow, second yellow. You know what I mean? Nothing to complain about. I mean, some refs will even give you a red for that second yellow by itself. Yeah, so
you know what? That second yellow was, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? That second yellow was orange. You know what I mean? So yeah, no complaints about him. Yeah, you get yourself out of here. But what irritates me is I think the next game is against Boldy. I'm pretty sure the next game is against the Bold man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think the next game is against Boldy still. It's against Man City, and I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, so for Man City now we ain't got Gay. And Nketiah is not a miss. Like, you know,
that's a bit rude.
no, at all. You know what I mean? Mateta is back bagging. You know what I mean?
And it's away as well. It's at the end.
That's what I'm saying. And we've done well there. You know, we've played better against Man City away than we do when we play Man City at home. Now, if you look at our results are actually decent when you play it there. But now you're going there without your best defender. It's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. Do you know what I'm saying?
What else have you seen to make that face?
Let's just see it get slapped right now.
Oh yeah, I just seen that. 3-0 in 34 minutes is not a good look.
Yeah. Is Rude still there? What's going on, man?
Yeah, he is. He should still be, yeah.
But
that job was never going to work out for him.
Nah. But, you know, all in all, Palace, I mean, that's 7 games unbeaten. The football is looking good again. I mean, you would almost forget that the man waited, 8 games to get their first dub. The horrific start. It seems like a century ago. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
when you look at the football that's being played right now.
If I was you, I'd enjoy it while it lasts, boy. Because come the summer, you know they're shutting all your players. You enjoy it while it lasts.
Even the manager they're talking about. So I don't know what team he's looking at.
Right. Hey, your fans are already leaving the stadium, you know. Sorry, Leicester fans are already leaving the stadium.
Bro.
Was it nothing to see?
I think they're
36 minutes already leaving.
It's a long day, bro.
Yeah, it's diabolical. So yeah, man. I mean, you know, decent stuff from Palace. Like I said, I would say it's the best 3-4-3 in the league, but I think Newcastle. I think Norwich. No, Nottingham Forest. I think they play 3-4-3, so I don't really say that. Yeah, I'll say the second best. I think they play 3 at the back. No, they play 3 at the back. Nottingham Forest. If they don't, I'll claim it.
Not all the time, no.
If they don't, I'll claim that Palace play the best 3-4-3 in the league. Definitely better than Man United. I'll tell you that now.
Table don't lie, innit?
You know, like that. You know what I mean? I can't wait. You know what it is? I'm not even looking at Man United, yeah. I'm looking at Spurs, yeah, because I banked that Spurs fan that was losing his head at the Palace fan, yeah, talking about when did you ever finish above us? I can't wait, man. I've got that banked clip.
I'm actually, I just looked at the table and I'm like, bro, you man are still behind us. How?
Who's that?
Spurs.
Oh, the Spuds. Yeah, it's diabolical over there.
Yeah, it's only about 1 point though.
It's diabolical over there. But
1 week to change that.
Absolutely. Speaking of you, man, I mean, I didn't even watch much football this weekend here, but I tried to catch. I think I tuned in at I remember it was 56 minutes. I got to 66 minutes and I said, you know what? I think I better do my time. Pay attention to this.
Listen, right? I believe I was in and out of the game only because I was driving. But I do remember right after the final whistle, the little nap I took afterwards was righteous. Because I think what it was is I tried my hardest to stay awake throughout the game. And the moment the final whistle went, I just went, oh, yes. And conked out. It was a testimonial, bro. It was De Bruyne's testimonial.
Yep.
Because, obviously he's come out with that message this week saying this is last year or whatnot. And then this is his last derby as well. And it was played at the pace of a testimonial, like a preseason friendly. Now, as bad as it was, generally, the scariest thing is we were still the better team overall.
Even in the little in the little 10 minutes I watched, you guys looked the most threatening. But unfortunately, the way the ball, your attackers, man. Like I saw Garnacho get the ball in very good positions and nothing happened. Then I'll see what's his name, Xerxes get the ball. Then I'll see Ugarte as well got the ball in a good position at one point. And I see Xerxes get the ball, and I'm like, this is not the Xerxes position, really. You need someone with pace. Maybe Xerxes should have been the one that played that ball, because he gets the ball in positions where you need to have some pace. And he can't do nothing, wait for other man to come into the picture. And unfortunately, the other man are idiots. Do you know what I mean? As well. So, I mean, you're waiting for Garnacho to pull up, and what is he going to do?
This is our biggest problem.
He's playing against who is it? That makeshift right back that they're playing. You know, that's been getting cooked all season. What's his name? No, the right. Man City's right.
Oh, Nunes.
Nunes, who's not a right back yet. He's been getting fried. He got fried in the Champions League, group stage. Do you know what I mean? Everywhere. Fried by any team in the Prem.
Do you know when you know you're in serious trouble as a professional? Yeah. This guy has played basically a number 10 for Wolves for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
He did so well that Man City opened the checkbook and paid 60 million for him. He comes to Pep. Pep says he's not intelligent enough to have the composure to play that position. He will do well as a right back.
That was on the mains. I saw that quote. You know, I was like, nah,
on the mains. Pep said that about his player. You know? I just went, he's switching off for the rest of the season now. Keep playing him there. You keep playing him there. He's switching off for the rest of the season. Maybe he's already switched off anyway. Maybe he's been getting that information in training, and he's probably sitting there thinking, bro, so why did he pay 60 million for me that I played well in Cam and number 8, and then all of a sudden now I'm playing right back?
Well, to be honest,
if I was him, I'd rather not be played.
To be honest, it don't matter what he gets in training. He got that live and direct with everybody else. You know, it's basically I'm shipping you, innit?
You know what I mean? And the maddest thing is saying that, when Phil Foden is looking like an absolute idiot.
He's having a
out on that pitch. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you've got number 10s and then De Bruyne is also, legs are gone now. Right? Bernardo Silva ain't done nothing all season. Most things I see from Bernardo Silva is him chatting, but the press. Bare wassing is what I see from Bernardo Silva. I remember his quotes off the pitch more than anything he's done on the pitch this season.
I don't need to be physical because my brain works fast. Yeah. You
know what I mean? Talking about respect us, just because we've been bad for 6 months, this, that, and the other. It's like, big man, think about the old days. The old days. You know what I mean? Yeah. And see me, I don't forget, bro. Certain things I don't forget. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'll bring it to Madrid. I don't forget, because when we knocked them out and won the Champions League the next season, they fried us differently at their ground 4-0. Yeah. You wasn't talking about respect them because they're champions. You know what I mean? You dumped on us and you enjoyed it. So you think when you're dead, we ain't gonna enjoy the feast? We should respect you. Who cares, blood?
You see, as a Liverpool fan, we love it more. Because that brother had beer spice. Yeah? Idiot.
And that's the worst thing. In this game, he spent 90% of the 90 minutes, right? He didn't do nothing going forward. All he was doing was fouling and causing issues with Bruno and all the other players. That's all he did.
But that's all he could do.
He was reduced to trying to be a troublemaker. His football, his football. It's like the football's left your feet now, isn't it? They've left your brain too.
What could he have done? But what else could he have done? What else could he have done? Because he weren't going to change the game in any way.
Yep.
Gundogan's got no legs. De Bruyne's legs are not there. He's the only one with legs, and his legs are not that quick anyway.
Because he doesn't work on them, innit? Yeah, because he didn't need to.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's all he could do was cause fouls and stop the play because unlucky for Bruno Fernandes, he's got nobody else that can finish up top or anywhere around him.
And you know what? That's what I was about to mention, right? The number came out again about how many chances we create, clear-cut chances, compared to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, I think, this point of the season are 63. United are 70. Like, in terms of chance creation, we're fifth in the league. So I think obviously Liverpool on top. I believe Arsenal are third. I think Arsenal second. Nottingham Forest are third in terms of taking their chances. In terms of chance creation, we are up there. In terms of finishing, we are the bottom two. That for me explains everything that's happened this season under Amorim. Because I see the chances we're making, the half chances, the full chances, and I'm like, we can't score. We can't score. What we're wishing for is to score a goal somehow and then defend the rest of the game. Any capable striker or capable attacking player other than Garnacho against Man City yesterday would have come out of there with 2 goals. Minimum.
I saw one clip of Garnacho and they were like, "Rah, man picked at 18." I was like,
what Garnacho needs to do, right, and I've said this on multiple channels already, he needs to get this dream of emulating Ronaldo out of his head. He needs to go back to a 17-year-old that's trying to break into the first team and just keep working on all his deficiencies. Right?
It's mad
keep
because
working. My problem is he has the attitude of a first team player.
It's mad because I saw who shall not be named bang a mad goal in France this week. I was like, you see this nasty you. If you were nasty, you could be helping your team right now.
And you see that would have been like a gunman for them, you know. Oh.
You know what I mean?
Because his finishing is outstanding still.
And the shot was from outside the box, and he was on the right foot. I was like, so he's left footed. How is he banging? Like, yo.
Oh, he's both footed. He's both footed. It doesn't matter what foot he's on.
Nasty work.
But this is the thing. Like, and this is, again, what Garnacho doesn't realize, because we're so bad right now, he seems to forget that the older United fans have seen better youngsters come through than you. Like, you talk about he that shall not be named. I even go back and say, bruv, Januzaj's first 2 seasons, you're not even close to that. And look what happened to him.
Januzaj had a little run still.
First 18 months to 2 years. Januzaj was cooking. You're not even on that level.
He went to one team abroad. I can't remember if he's in La Liga or...
He went Dortmund. I swear he went Dortmund.
No, he went Dortmund, then he went to La Liga.
I'm sure he went to La Liga or Serie A and he was cooking for whatever team that was. Not like, do you know what I mean? Decent amount of...
And this is what I'm saying, but look where he is now. Even he, with his ability, didn't quite make it. And Garnacho thinks he's already made it. But the scariest thing, though, as I've said, all that insults...
What's the option?
He needs to play.
What else are you going to play?
After everything I've just said, he needs to be on the pitch, bro. Because
it's nasty.
There's even people worse than him.
And you've got one. This would be a good segue. And you've got one that's on his way back. I'm sure them man are going to run that 5 M's because he ain't doing nothing over there.
No, apparently today they actually are going to keep him. But my problem is,
it was midweek. I think I watched some of the Spurs Chelsea game.
Yeah,
and
he's horrible.
He got the ball so many times. I mean, like literally, most of Chelsea's attack was down his side. Yeah, so you've got a big sample size to make mistakes on the ball. Because the thing is, when you're an attacker, winger, you need to just work once. You know what I mean? You can have 15 failed dribbles, one goes through and you bang, you've had a good game. Do you know what I mean? This brother couldn't do it once, bro. He had one shot that was a good save from the keeper. Apart from that, I don't know how to describe him, man. I don't know how to describe him. He's like just like you watch him and you're like, can you just have some vim in your play? Like
yes,
he's just wet, bro. He's just soggy. He's a soggy foot. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sorry. I've lost my vocabulary. Just a soggy bone.
I think you've done enough. Wet and soggy at the same time. It's mad. To describe describe a football player. Where Soggy is mad.
No,
and
bro,
you know what the funny thing? You just said he's shot, and obviously you saw my voice got higher because before the international break, he hadn't taken a shot since Boxing Day.
Yeah.
So the fact he's shot is actually an improvement. But I'm fingers crossed. Chelsea has said they're going to keep him. I hope they stick to it. But yeah, 5 million is light to send him back to us.
Listen, just wait until the season's done because Chelsea will say, "Yeah, we're going to keep him."
That's why I said fingers crossed.
And he'll end up coming back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did Højlund do this game? How did you rate Højlund?
That's a nasty bait of a question,
brother. That's why I'm just looking at him. I plead the fifth at this point.
That's a nasty.
No, I'm just asking because I saw he was there on the pitch.
He might as well be in Ibiza.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think I must have seen more, not seen, but probably fell asleep because I remember that. Who's that guy? The newish guy. Is it Dogu? He's got a name that starts with D. Is it Dogu? You got on your team? You got a player called Dogu?
Yeah, Dogu. The left fullback.
He got the ball in some promising positions. Yeah, and I was like, why is it him with the ball? And it's like he's right. I don't know if he's left footed because he's right.
He's left footed. Yeah.
His right foot is just good for standing on. Because, brother, like what? Like, I'm sorry, you're a defender, but come on, man, just swing the ball or something. Like,
bro, there was a touch he took, right? And you know when you first see it, and you're thinking, what the hell have you just done? And then I looked at the replay, and then because of like my mind, I said, no, I'm not going to just throw him. I think he took a heavy touch waiting to get tackled. So he was looking for that foul in the penalty area, right? And that is my only excuse I can give him for that touch. Because otherwise, I cannot understand what he tried to do, right? I thought Lukaku had a bad touch. Remember, we used to call him Mr. Timberlands. He's never done a touch like that. Never done a touch like that.
Justice for Lukaku, man. Justice for Lukaku.
But yeah, it's
you know what I mean?
You can't score goals.
Question for you. Would you take Lukaku now over the two you've got?
I plead the fifth.
I dare you. I dare you.
I plead the fifth.
I dare you, blood. I dare you. Turn like your balls at Lukaku, blood. I dare you, fam. For what you've got, don't even try it, blood.
No, realistically speaking, 100%. Lukaku's a finisher. And all that power thing that Højlund tries to do, Lukaku could actually do that. He doesn't even have to try to do it. He just has to stand there. Yeah, when Lukaku does that, a defender's not going through him. When Højlund does that, all of a sudden he shakes a little bit, twerks, and then off the ball. So I'll take him just for that straight away.
Oh, man. Hey, the standards are just mudded over there, boy.
Hey, I'm telling you, 5 years ago, we didn't know how good we had it, and we were bitching then.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you know, back when you had
remember they say sometimes the better the devil you know. Listen, I will take all of them back now, you know.
You know, one more question. I got
Cavani will do a thing right now. Odion Ighalo is a better player than striker than.
Give me Ighalo
right now.
Give me Ighalo, bro.
You know, like all these players, it's mad.
One more question for you, Abs. This one's interesting to me. No. Would you have the gear back or no?
Oh no. Okay, so this is the one thing. I'm going to stand wrong and strong, or just strong on. Yeah. I don't want any of them as my goalkeeper.
No. That's not the question I asked you.
If you're going to ask me, do I take Onana or De Gea? I'm taking Onana because I still don't think De Gea is good enough, right? But I also want Onana gone. Like he's probably, if it was up to me, he's probably the first transfer I sort out once the window opens.
So you would pick Onana.
I can't remember. One of them is going to be sorted out on the day one. One of them is getting sorted out, either the striker or him.
So you're Onana over De Gea.
Bro, I don't like De Gea. And my problem is people like to do revisionism because that last season of his, and bearing in mind this guy's cost us Champions League in 2 other seasons, right? Like I'm not going to forget. Like last season was the worst, but he was literally getting worse for the last 5 seasons before that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Do you remember when Keane was like he can't get on the bus? He can't get on the bus to go back.
Yeah, I remember that.
He said him and Maguire must stay off the bus. If he was there, he wouldn't let them on the bus. That was 4 years ago. So he's been getting gradually worse.
Does he even have a club?
I know some people are
he's in Italy.
Yeah, but again,
he's actually got a club now.
Yeah.
Fiorentina. But even then, he's free transfer again next season.
Wow.
They only gave him a year contract, so he's free transfer next season. So people are like, "Oh, bring him in for a second goalkeeper." I'm like, "Don't do that."
Do you know what? There's something about these keepers like De Gea that like De Gea is like in a similar mode to like a Casillas. You know, like in their prime, they're like mad reflexes. They're not necessarily the ones that can come out and collect crosses, even in their prime.
Yep.
But they've got the madness. They're not like as tall as the normal goalkeeper as well. You know. But they've got the crazy feet, crazy reflexes. But you see when their thing turns, it turns quick. You know what I mean?
And because they don't have anything else to cover it, once they lose that agility, you're in trouble.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Because De Gea was always one of those keepers that was not necessarily in the right spot, but he made up for it with athleticism. Whilst Onana has no athleticism, so he's trying to predict when the ball's going. If you see Onana dive, he looked like he's eating 2 bowls of jollof rice before he's come onto the pitch. Or panded yam, like heavy food. Because the way he dives in stages. Right? So then when you watch him, he's trying to predict where he thinks the guy's going to shoot so that he can stand closer to there and then doesn't have to reach that far. Because even that free kick from Mahmoud or whatever his name is, right?
Oh, yeah.
He weren't even that in the corner. But when you look at Onana, he's full stretch like this.
For the camera.
Basically in the middle of the goal. Why are you stretching like that?
Camera shot, bro. Camera shot.
No, desperation. You can see in his eyes. He made sure, I'm getting a touch on this. And then what's the other save he did? I just put in my notes, Onana being Onana. When the ball's blasted at him, and I'm sitting there thinking, why didn't you plan for the sunlight? Why didn't you have a hat on? Right? You're there pretending you can't see the ball, then you've punched it straight back into a Man City player. Yeah, I want both of them gone. I don't want any of them back, bro. They're like, please.
Yo, no, Man City drops down in stages. You know? What he's saying, he's playing.
No athleticism.
He's playing like he just came out of 805. Yeah? Was that also a restaurant? The Nigerian restaurant is 806. I just had the biggest pounded yam and goose.
And you know he's doing it secretly as well because then again, sorry, there might not be any chefs left in Manchester the way that this Ineos people are chopping people with it. So maybe he's bringing his packed lunch.
Man said he just
no one needs to have a look at that, bro.
What he's saying, his auntie's just there in the kitchen, you know. Just getting that
bro, he comes, you know, the container. Boom, lunchtime. Then he does his hand up. He's doing all that, bro.
You know the nutritionist is looking at him like, oh.
The nutritionist is probably looking and going, yeah, but I need to keep my job so I can't kick up a storm. They've forgotten I'm still here. If I start talking, they'll sack me. Nah, bro, he's taking the mic. I've been watching him intensely for the last couple of games. I'm like, bro, you're too fat, bro. I don't know if you can say that.
You know what? You know what's mad? I was watching the highlights of the Liverpool game, yeah. And I looked at what's his name? Who's the Fulham keeper? Leno. Yeah. And I'm like, you see Leno? He's not like a fancy, flashy keeper, but he just does the job, innit?
But that's why Arsenal didn't like him.
And this is the thing. I look at them keepers, and I'm like, it's mad. You know, everyone's gone towards these can play out the back man. You know what I mean? The new fashion thing, and then people like Leno that are actually more reliable over a 38-game season. Again, looked over. I'm sorry, Leno is better than that guy that Arsenal have. That Raya, whatever his name is. Yeah, because he can pull off the spectacular at times. But bro, he also does some very funky stuff. You know what I mean? Very, very funky stuff. Which is constantly.
I think that's the thing, because everyone's got this idea now what your goalkeeper needs to do more. Right? There's a lot of failed defenders or failed players that are just gone, I can play in goal.
Yeah, but that's the same thing like Onana, because when we talk about his shot style, all I heard is he can play out the back though. He's better with his feet.
This is what I'm saying.
You need to protect the goal, bro.
I'll have to say though. I'll have to say, Abs did say from the start, boy.
Right from the beginning, I said, you man are in for a journey with this dude. Right from the beginning. Right? And the worst thing is, and Kudo would like this part, I didn't even know he was a Barcelona product. La Masia and all that. I didn't even know that. I just thought he was from Ajax. So I accepted his tomfoolery then when he was young. I was like, yeah, he's Ajax, isn't it? Like the best team in the world. How many shots does he have to actually deal with? Then you find out he's from La Masia. Oh, so he's proper failed at trying to play football.
Yeah, he was probably trying to play midfield tiki-taka, boy. And you saw the real dogs and all that. Okay, let me go and go in it, pretend to save.
You know that last pick, boy. You go and go, big man.
Oh my!
You see the problem with Leno? Remember Leno?
Remember Leno? We're in trouble.
Leno got injured. You remember at Arsenal?
Oh yeah.
And Martinez was there, and he couldn't get it back from Martinez.
Yeah.
But then Martinez wasn't good enough. World Cup winning goalkeeper.
Yeah, that was a big mistake, man. That was a big mistake. Big mistake. But yeah, it is what it is. But I don't know. Anything else, boys? Anything else?
I can't even.
If they had a better, one more. If United had a better striker or anyone that could finish, they would have won that game.
Oh,
they would have won. That game.
Absolutely. And you look at it, you think, this is what the worst United team in however many years, and Man City ain't beat them.
To be honest, I think this is the worst United team that I've ever seen. Like in all
and
my
Man
life.
City have lost at home to them, and should have lost this game because United were the more dangerous team. Yeah, that's how pathetic, man.
You know what? I was going to be real nasty and try and hold on to something and say Ruben has been unbeaten against Pep this season because they played 3 times, but.
Boy, well, this way, you better hold on to anything you can get, boy, because I won't even begrudge you that way. You know what I mean?
They're still in Europa, though, isn't it? You're still in Europa, isn't it?
Yeah, well, funny. Two of the clubs that I like to look at, or European clubs, are playing against each other. So it's Man United versus Lyon. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Are you playing Lyon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's back at Lyon? Is Lacazette back there?
Yeah, Lacazette.
Lacazette, Turkey, that everyone keeps talking about, the 21-year-old.
Yeah, he's going to be twisting up a couple of men still.
Yeah, he's too skillful. Way too skillful.
Yeah,
and
especially Casemiro, right? Casemiro is holding a yellow from Turkey still.
100%. 100%. That's banked. That's a banked. I don't even think he will play though. I think if Ruben is sensible, as bad as we are in the front line, you return Bruno back to being deep with Ugarte, and only bring on Casemiro.
Yeah, but then what happens going forward then?
Well, nothing's going to change. Bro, nothing's going to change, bro. We're doing that, trying to find one goal, or Bruno someone wins a penalty or free kick and Bruno scores it. Or Bruno makes a third man run from the midfield and scores a goal. Like, literally, at this point, as much as people don't like him or whatnot, our whole season is dependent on what Bruno can do.
100%.
I think the people that don't like Bruno have to get over it.
Yeah.
You have to get over it.
Listen, I am one of the stylistic thing. Right now,
of course.
You just have to accept that he's the main man.
Even for me, I've always said that United ain't making it to the next level with a player like Bruno in the team. But in the situation you're in, Lord have mercy, if you didn't have Bruno, where would you be right now? Do you know what I mean? Yep. Now, I think if you were to become another, let's say you're in an Arsenal position where you're about to challenge, then I don't know if Bruno is the one that's gonna, push that over the line to actually being a winning team. However, that is the last player that people should be saying, oh, yeah, he's a problem. Nasty work, because you have, another 23 players I need to cut before him, but.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. And the thing is, I know I'm looking so far ahead. I do not know what's going to happen this summer because Ineos I've rolled out there. We are broke plan and storyline out 4 weeks ago. They've quieted down a little bit on the less news right now. So I don't know if they've paid people off or they're hiding their business now a little bit better, or they found a mole, whoever that person is. But everything seems to quiet it down. The last big conversation was about the stadium, so they tried to end it on a positive. But I know for a fact we might not be spending a lot in the summer. It's going to be hugely revolved around sales. Who the fuck is buying this crap?
Yeah, but the thing is, you need the sales though, because the wages are high. And I think Kobe wants a load of more money to stay at United as well, isn't it? So
that one should just humble himself. He's got 3 years left. We don't have to do nothing. Like, when he's got 3 years left, we actually don't have to do nothing. I don't even know why they've made such a big deal or why it's come out. If it was me as a club, I'm going to hold yourself for another year, and then we'll decide when it's 2 years left. Why am I even getting into this? Oh, I want 200K. Yeah, prove it next year. Prove it next year. You have to be the top assist or top goal scorer.
You know the season that he broke through, yeah? If you had said that then, I hear it, but
after this year?
Yeah. The Kobe shine is kind of gone off for you to be talking spice.
You don't even hear too much about him now.
But he's not injured, isn't it? So like, it's now getting a bit like, yeah, bruv. It's like Martinez, for instance, yeah.
Even when he wasn't pulling up anything, yeah.
But like Martinez, I love the guy, but this is another season where he's missing at least 30% of the season. It doesn't get better from this point. When it starts going like this, it doesn't get better, right? Yeah. So I'm already saying to myself, bro, start looking for a replacement for him too. And then Luke Shaw decides to show his face. I hope to God Ruben doesn't play him. There's no point playing him. He will play for 2 games and be injured again. Then we won't be able to sell him.
How long is this left on his contract?
2 years.
Yeah, he's there for 2 years, isn't it?
Yeah, him and Casemiro have 2 years left. Casemiro's already come out.
Casemiro's still got 2 years.
Yeah, I thought he might even be free. But what I heard, Casemiro came out and just went, you don't want to talk about Saudi.
Yeah.
What contract did you give him? Chelsea contract, what contract did you give?
No, because we gave him 5 years when we bought him, and he was bought beginning of 10 hours tenure. So 10 hours was only here for 2 years. He's probably got 2 more years left with an option to extend. I'm sure they have that in there because they always do, right? So he's already come out. All that talk about going Saudi and all the rest. He clearly didn't get the money he wanted because he's come out and goes, "No, I'm here. I want to stay here. I want to retire here." Of course you do, you prick.
Man said I would
saying that, last 3 games, he's been important to us. And he's been showing why we bought him in the first place. If you just simplify his game to tackling and short passing, this guy's great. Stop asking him to do more than he's capable of.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to play a video for it because why not? We're here. Casemiro, create for us.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
I've seen him put in some wicked balls though. You know what I mean? And your strikers just don't do nothing with it.
Yeah, but I mean, he does just enough. Just don't expect Casemiro Real Madrid, did it? Let's just put it that way.
Yes.
Because he had Modric and Cruz beside him. Like levels are different.
I can't believe you gave him a 5-year contract. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I can't believe you bought him for 80 mil anyway, whatever it was. 70 mil. Yeah, that's diabolical works. But anyway, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, yeah. Road to 1,000. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. And we'll catch you again later.
Adios.
Peace. Bye.